Shalom. I'm Rabbi David, and today I'm going to reveal the 3-second morning habit that took me from a broke, struggling accountant to a multi-millionaire. This isn't about a complicated routine. It's not about waking up at 4 a.m. It's not about cold showers or green smoothies. It's a simple, powerful 3-second action that, when done correctly, sets the trajectory for your entire day and aligns you with the frequency of wealth. But first, let me ask you, what is the very first thing you do when you wake up? Do you grab your phone? Do you hit the snooze button? Do you groan and think about the day ahead? Drop a comment below and tell me your morning habit. Be honest. Now, before we dive into this teaching, I need your help with something important. We're on a mission to reach 50,000 subscribers, and every single subscriber matters. Why? Because the more people who discover these ancient money secrets, the more lives we can transform. The more families that break free from poverty thinking, the more generational wealth that gets built. So, if you're getting value from this content, if you believe this wisdom needs to spread, then hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on notifications so you never miss a teaching that could change your financial future. And here's something special. If you want to go deeper, if you're serious about transformation, become a channel member. You'll get exclusive content that I don't share publicly, early access to every video, and inner circle teachings reserved for those who are truly committed. The link is right below this video. All right, let's get into it. The first few moments of your day are the most critical. As I taught in our last session about the 7-minute nightly ritual, your subconscious mind is wide open upon waking. It's like wet cement. Whatever impression you make in those first few minutes will harden and become the foundation for your entire day. Most people use this sacred window to pour a foundation of chaos. They grab their phone, and in an instant, they are bombarded with the world's emergencies, other people's agendas, social media comparisons, and an endless stream of negativity. Before their feet even touch the floor, they have surrendered their power. They have become reactive instead of creative. Their day is no longer their own. It belongs to the demands of the world. And they wonder why they feel anxious, overwhelmed, and poor. It's because they started their day by declaring, "The world is in control, not me." Think about it. You wake up, you grab your phone. The first thing you see is a news headline about economic collapse, political chaos, or some celebrity scandal. Then you scroll through social media and see everyone else living their perfect lives. Vacations, new cars, happy families. While you're lying in bed, still half asleep, already feeling like you're behind. Your brain, which was just in a peaceful, receptive state, is now flooded with cortisol, the stress hormone. Your nervous system shifts from rest mode to fight-or-flight mode. Your subconscious mind, which was ready to receive positive programming, is now being programmed with fear, comparison, and inadequacy. And you haven't even gotten out of bed yet. This is why so many people feel exhausted before their day even begins. They are starting from a deficit. They are starting from a place of reaction, not creation. They are giving away their power in the first 30 seconds of consciousness. But there is a different way, a way that has been practiced by Jewish sages, mystics, and successful people for thousands of years. It's a 3-second habit that reclaims your power, sets your intention, and aligns you with God's abundance from the very first moment of consciousness. The habit is this. The moment you wake up, before you move, before you think, Before you reach for your phone, you say the prayer, Modeh Ani. That's it. 2 words. It takes 3 seconds. In Hebrew, it is Modeh Ani lefanecha, Melech chai v'kayam, shehechezata binishmati bechemla rabba emunatecha. In English, it means, I offer thanks to you, living and eternal King, for you have mercifully restored my soul within me. Your faithfulness is great. Now, you might be thinking, Rabbi, that's it, a 3-second prayer? How can that make me a millionaire? And you're right to be skeptical, because it's not the words themselves that are magic. It's the consciousness behind them. It's the spiritual technology embedded within them. This isn't just a nice religious sentiment. This is a powerful tool for reprogramming your identity and activating abundance. Let me break down why this 3-second habit is so transformative. First, it starts your day with gratitude, not lack. The very first word, modeh, means I thank. Before you even think about what you don't have, what you need to do, or what you're worried about, you are expressing gratitude. You are acknowledging the gift of another day, the gift of life, the gift of your soul being returned to you. In the Kabbalah, it is taught that gratitude is the vessel for blessing. The Hebrew word for blessing is bracha, which comes from the root word berecha, meaning a pool or reservoir. A blessing is like water. It's always flowing from the divine source, but it needs a vessel to collect it. Without a vessel, the water just flows past you, and you remain thirsty. Gratitude is that vessel. When you are grateful, you are declaring to the universe, I am open to receive. I recognize the blessings I already have, and I am ready for more. When you complain or focus on lack, you are declaring, I am closed off. I don't see the blessings. I am not ready to receive. Starting your day with Modeh Ani is like opening the floodgates of heaven. You are immediately tuning your frequency to abundance. You are saying, thank you for the life I have, which is the prerequisite for receiving more life, more abundance, more wealth. I had a student, let's call him Jacob. He was a salesman, and he was in a slump. He was waking up every morning with dread, thinking about the calls he had to make, the quotas he had to hit, the rejections he was going to face. His first thought was always, I don't want to do this. I taught him the Modeh Ani practice. I told him, for 30 days, the moment you wake up, before any other thought, say, Modeh Ani. Thank God for another day to succeed, another day to serve, another day to create value. He was skeptical. How is that going to help me sell more? He asked. Trust the process, I told him. You're starting your day from a place of dread and resistance. You're programming yourself for failure. Let's try starting from a place of gratitude and see what happens. He committed. The first week was hard. His mind still wanted to go to the negative. He would say the words, but he didn't feel them. It felt like a lie. But he forced himself to say the prayer anyway. By the second week it became easier. He started to actually feel a flicker of gratitude. He started noticing small things, the comfort of his bed, the sunlight coming through the window, the fact that he had a job at all. By the third week, something shifted. He started waking up feeling different, lighter, more optimistic. He started his sales calls with a different energy. He wasn't begging for a sale. He was grateful for the opportunity to connect. He wasn't desperate. He was abundant. By the end of the month, he had his best sales month in over a year. He closed $87,000 in new business, nearly double his previous best. He told me, "Rabbi, it's bizarre. The prayer didn't make the calls for me, but it changed the man who was making the calls." That's the first secret. Gratitude creates the vessel. Second, Modeh Ani reestablishes your identity. The prayer says, "You have mercifully restored my soul within me." The Zohar, the primary text of Kabbalah, teaches that when we sleep, our soul ascends to the heavenly realms to recharge, to receive wisdom, to connect with the divine. When we wake, it returns. That moment of waking is a rebirth. It's a new creation. Every morning you are literally being recreated. You are not the same person who went to sleep last night. Your cells have regenerated. Your brain has processed and integrated the experiences of yesterday. Your soul has been refreshed in the presence of God. You are new. In that moment you have a choice. Who are you going to be today? Are you going to be the person defined by your past failures, your debts, your struggles? Or are you going to be the person God created you to be? A divine soul, a creator, a vessel for abundance. When you say Modeh Ani, you are consciously choosing your identity. You are saying, "My soul, my true self has been restored. I am not just this body. I am not just my problems. I am not just my bank account. I am a divine being infused with the power of the Creator." This is not just a mental game. This is a spiritual reality. The Talmud teaches that there are three partners in the creation of a human being: the father, the mother, and God. The father and mother provide the physical body, but God provides the soul, the neshama. And every morning, God returns that soul to you. You are, in the most literal sense, a divine creation, renewed every single day. You are reminding yourself of your true nature. And when you operate from your true nature, you operate from a place of power, creativity, and infinite potential. I remember when I was building my first successful business. The stress was immense. I was working 18-hour days. I had employees depending on me. I had creditors calling me. I had a family to support. I would wake up and immediately my mind would be flooded with the 100 things that could go wrong. I was living in a state of constant anxiety. I was waking up as David, the stressed-out businessman who might fail. My own rabbi taught me this practice. He said, "David, you are starting your day as a stressed-out businessman. Try starting your day as a divine soul." So I did. The moment I woke up, Modeh Ani, I am a soul. God has restored me. I am connected to the infinite. It was a 3-second reset, but it changed everything. It didn't make the problems go away, but it changed the me who was facing the problems. I was no longer a small, stressed-out man trying to handle everything himself. I was a divine soul, partnered with the King of the universe. I started making decisions from a place of faith, not fear, from a place of creativity, not reaction, from a place of abundance, not scarcity. And the business exploded. Within 2 years, we went from barely surviving to 7 figures in revenue. That's the second secret. Reclaim your divine identity. Third, Modeh Ani establishes God's faithfulness as the foundation of your day. The prayer ends with the words, "Rabbah emunatecha," your faithfulness is great. This is the most powerful part. Before you have seen any evidence of success, before you have closed a single deal, before you have received a single dollar, you are declaring that God is faithful. You are building your day not on the shaky ground of your own abilities or the fluctuating market, but on the rock-solid foundation of God's unwavering faithfulness. What does this do? It liberates you from the pressure to perform. It frees you from the anxiety of the outcome. You are no longer responsible for making everything happen. Your responsibility is to do your part, to make the calls, to build the product, to serve the client. But the outcome, that belongs to God. And God is faithful. This is the essence of the Jewish concept of hishtadlut, effort, and bitahon, trust. You make the effort, but you trust God with the results. You do the work, but you don't worry about the fruit. You plant the seed, but you trust God to make it grow. This is the mindset that creates effortless wealth, because when you're not stressed about the outcome, you are more creative, more intuitive, more charismatic. You show up differently. You're not needy. You're not desperate. You're a confident partner with the Creator, doing your part and trusting that He will do His. Let me tell you a story about a woman named Leah. She was an artist, incredibly talented, but she was starving. She would create beautiful paintings and then be terrified to sell them. What if no one buys them? What if they think my price is too high? What if they reject me? Her fear was paralyzing her. She would go to art fairs and stand in the corner, hoping someone would notice her work, but too afraid to actually engage with potential buyers. I taught her the Modeh Ani practice with a special focus on the last words, Rabach emunatecha, your faithfulness is great. I told her, Leah, your job is to paint. That's your effort. God's job is to find the buyer. That's His faithfulness. Stop trying to do His job. She started her day by declaring God's faithfulness. She would paint, and instead of worrying about the sale, she would say, God, I trust you. Your faithfulness is great. You will connect this painting with the person it's meant for. Her entire energy around selling changed. She started going to art fairs, not with a desperate need to sell, but with a confident joy in sharing her gift. She would approach people, tell them the story behind the painting, and then simply say, if this speaks to you, it's yours. If not, no worries. It will find its person. And people responded. They felt her passion, not her fear. They felt her confidence, not her desperation. Her sales skyrocketed. Within 6 months, she had sold over $150,000 worth of art. She told me, Rabbi, it feels like a miracle. The money is just flowing. It wasn't a miracle. It was alignment. She aligned herself with the truth of God's faithfulness, and she was liberated to do her best work. The wealth was a natural result. That's the third secret. Build your day on the foundation of God's faithfulness. So, let's put it all together. The 3-second morning habit that will make you a millionaire. Step 1. The moment you wake up, before your feet hit the floor, before you touch your phone, say the prayer. Modeh ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam, shehechezata binishmati b'chemla, rabach emunatecha. If you don't speak Hebrew, you can say it in English. I offer thanks to you, living and eternal King, for you have mercifully restored my soul within me. Your faithfulness is great. Step 2. As you say it, consciously engage with the 3 secrets. Feel gratitude for the gift of another day, Modayani. Reclaim your divine identity as a soul restored, Shehechezata binishmati. Establish God's faithfulness as your foundation, Rabach emunatecha. Don't just say the words, feel them, mean them. Let them sink into your consciousness. Step 3. Get out of bed and start your day from that place of power, gratitude, and trust, not from a place of chaos, reaction, and fear. This is it. This is the habit. It's simple, but it's not easy. It requires discipline. It requires intention. It requires you to choose consciousness over chaos. But if you commit to this practice for 30 days, I promise you, your life will begin to change in ways you cannot even imagine. You will feel more peace, more power, more clarity. You will see opportunities you were blind to before. You will make decisions from a place of wisdom, not worry. And your wealth will begin to grow, not because you're working harder, but because you're aligned with the source of all wealth. This is the secret of the Jewish people. This is why for thousands of years, despite persecution, exile, and genocide, the Jewish people have not only survived, but thrived. It's not because we're smarter or luckier. It's because we have spiritual technologies like Modayani that keep us connected to the source of all blessing. This is the secret of the wealthy. Every successful person I know has some version of a morning ritual that sets their intention and aligns their consciousness. They understand that the battle for the day is won or lost in the first few minutes. This is the secret I am giving you today. The battle for your day is won or lost in the first 3 seconds. Choose to win. In the comments below, write, "I will command my morning," to make a commitment to yourself and to this community. Tell me what time you're going to wake up tomorrow and say, Modayani. Accountability creates momentum. And if this teaching has opened your eyes, subscribe to this channel. Next week, I'm going to reveal the 5 words you must never say if you want to be wealthy. It's a teaching that will shock you and probably make you uncomfortable, but it will set you free. Shalom. And until next time, let me give you one more insight that will blow your mind. There's a reason this prayer is said immediately upon waking, before you even wash your hands or go to the bathroom. In Jewish law, you're supposed to wash your hands before praying. But Modayani is the one exception. You say it even with unclean hands. Why? Because the sages understood something profound. The moment of waking is so critical, so powerful, that you cannot afford to wait even 30 seconds. If you wait, if you let even one negative thought enter your mind before you establish gratitude, you've already lost the battle. Think about it. How long does it take for your mind to go to worry? For most people, it's instant. The moment consciousness returns, so does the anxiety. What time is it? Am I late? What do I have to do today? Did I forget something important? The negative spiral begins immediately. Modayani interrupts that spiral before it even starts. It's a pattern interrupt. It's a declaration of war against the forces of negativity and lack. You are claiming the first thought of your day for gratitude, for identity, for faith. You are not giving the enemy a single inch of territory. I had a client, a hedge fund manager, who was making millions of dollars a year, but was miserable. He was waking up at 4 a.m. every day, immediately checking the Asian markets, the European markets, his portfolio. Before he even got out of bed, he was stressed. His cortisol levels were through the roof. He was having panic attacks. He came to me and said, "Rabbi, I'm successful by every measure, but I feel like I'm dying inside." I taught him Modeh Ani. I told him, for 30 days, no matter what, the first thing you do is say this prayer. Before you check your phone, before you think about the markets, before anything. He resisted. "Rabbi, the markets don't wait. I need to know what's happening." I said, "The markets will still be there in 3 seconds, but if you don't reclaim your morning, you won't be there. You'll burn out. You'll have a heart attack. You'll lose everything that actually matters." He committed. It was hard. His addiction to checking the markets was real, but he did it. And something remarkable happened. He started making better decisions. He was less reactive. He was more strategic. He told me, "It's like I was operating from a place of panic before, and now I'm operating from a place of clarity." His performance actually improved, and more importantly, he started enjoying his life again. He started being present with his family. He started sleeping better. He told me, "That 3-second prayer saved my life." This is not hyperbole. This is real. The way you start your day determines the quality of your life. Here's your action plan for the next 30 days. Day 1 to 7. Just say the words. Don't worry about feeling them. Just establish the habit. Set an alarm if you need to. Put a note on your nightstand. Do whatever it takes to remember. Day 8 to 14. Start engaging with the meaning. As you say Modeh Ani, think about what you're grateful for. As you say Shehechezarta binishmati, remind yourself that you are a divine soul. As you say Rabach emunatecha, declare God's faithfulness. Day 15 to 21. Feel the emotions. Don't just think the thoughts. Feel the gratitude. Feel the power of your divine identity. Feel the peace of trusting God's faithfulness. Day 22 to 30. Let it transform you. By this point, the practice should be automatic. You should be waking up differently. You should be feeling differently. You should be seeing the results in your life. More peace, more clarity, more opportunities, more wealth. And here's a pro tip. Combine this with the 7-minute nightly ritual I taught in the last video. Bookend your day with intention. Start with Modeh Ani in the morning, end with review, release, and reprogram at night. These 2 practices together will create a fortress of consciousness around your day. Nothing will be able to penetrate it. You will become unstoppable. One final thought. The Talmud teaches that the world stands on 3 pillars: Torah, wisdom, avodah, service, and Gemilut Chasadim, acts of kindness. But there's a 4th pillar that's often overlooked, Hakarat Hatov, which means recognition of the good. It's the ability to see and acknowledge the blessings in your life. Modeh Ani is the daily practice of Hakarat Hatov. It's training yourself to recognize the good. And when you recognize the good, you attract more good. When you see the blessings, you receive more blessings. When you acknowledge the abundance, you create more abundance. This is the law of the universe. This is the way God designed reality. And Modeh Ani is your key to unlocking it. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, before you do anything else, say the prayer. Command your morning. Reclaim your power. Align with abundance. And watch your life transform.